Are we back? Are we? Maybe? Maybe we back? I don't know. Now it's finally back? Jeez. I don't know what the hell was going on. I looked down, my computer was blank, and then next thing you know, I had to restart everything, and webcam is acting crazy and stuff. Alright, so I was just putting all this stuff back together. Come on. There you go. There you go. Take that off. See, look, my camera's done frickin' froze again. I'm so frickin' tired of that. Or if it has to do anything with the settings, properties, configure video. No. Resolution is default. Color space. Well, disable. What if we disable buffering? It's hardware decoding when available. Sure. Audio output capture. Yeah, yeah, I want people to be able to hear through that. Okay, sure. All right, I need to get my tools out of here. Not got much done today because I had a long talk with some customers. Good talks. Cleaning out the car, do a final test. I have another customer come in. Yeah, I got a customer coming. Have you ever looked into circuit demon? You ever heard of them? Let me show you what they are. This is your server? Yes. Just put your speaker in. These front speakers, they're the best, they're the best sound speakers you ever heard. So these are the things what they do. They stage this car, put it up, they that you wanted. Like I was telling you, it's yours are gonna do the same thing. So you have the lights in there. And you control. Yep. I'm not sure if Circuit even makes headlights for yours, but basically what they do is they take OEM headlights. They got it, and then they put all their own stuff. They put all their stuff in there. I use for my fobs and those starts with an M. I forget what they are. They're really, really, really good brand. I saw. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Change. So I can go into the eyes. So I can go into the eyes and I can change the colors. And then I can do the same with the other. So I just need to get the green. Or flash green and red and make it look like these. But yeah, they are pricey, but you're getting the fully built headlight, 3-year warranty.
This is cheap, just you can.
Yep, that's it. That's all. Yeah. Yeah. See, what they save you is you don't have to crack the headlight open and do all that stuff. That's the process. You oven, so you can get the sealant out, and yeah, I looked into all of that. Like, this my life is about. I forget how much they spent on those. Maybe six. For the pedal. And then stage two. Stage one, you don't get the ring, you don't get the eye. Stage three, they take out an IV pole and like force it flat. Like you always think of thing, they do that. They'll let it come here. There's only 13. Now, you can get a really big meat or any of the photos. It's a big part. Oh, those part of the life? Right. Because from the fact that yeah, their feeling is pretty bright. Oh, before you know it, that's the name of the head. So these are the that's right there. And you can hear the fans. They got fans. They make it where they have a reverse vent in here so you don't get the water in there. And they've got my plan and I think it's really great. Yep. They they burn out their Looks like though you're gonna have to assemble the head. I don't have the stuff. And to go to a place like that, you're gonna need to replace the ACI dynamics. And when you go to places like that, they're expensive. It's a specialty custom. Anything custom, you're gonna need to look for it. No, because one, I have RGB. Even I build computers at home as a hobby. My computer at home is fully water cooled and got a big system in it. And yeah, I like these to look really sleek and nice. And I've learned with being in the electronics field, there's there's too much out there that hit people like you or someone that doesn't know as much, like say me, because I'm in the field. And they hit you with, oh look at these headlights, $30, and they make it look so good in the picture. Yeah. But then when you come to me, you're like, I'm sorry. But then under it is all in Google. You know what I mean? Like those the tweeters alone, the little coin tweeters are 2 grand. You can put 6 bar, this, false floor, rooms, house project there. And these amps, and I should say, these amps and stuff, the amps to speakers.
That and people.
You know why? Because used audio used stuff for dirt cheap. Let's say these speakers are probably like $300 brand new. And probably selling them in the marketplace and because I'm not gonna get I like them 25 each. I can get it. You're going to look $20. Still available? I don't know. Here, take care of you. You do live installs. Right now, that came over there, streaming on YouTube, live install stuff. That brings something to the game.
Question.
Well, this is awesome. This is so this has from the turbo back, it's a turbo back. The downpipe is a catless NVIDIA 3.5 inch downpipe. Goes to the stock resonator mid pipe, but then goes to a muffler delete floats. So it's 3 inch exhaust all the way through the mufflers. Massive. I'm sure you've heard me start this thing. It'll we go
That is
yeah.
and like pretty small, but not
Good. And you're gonna keep it like the look as it is.
longer.
Same with the mufflers, you're still gonna have dual. You fill it up. See, when stock had the same setup with the 4 pipes, but the pipes were smaller, and I wanted to. My thing was like, I didn't care if you made it, I wanted to stay sure. And I like my moves fills out the whole area. Yeah, I think it's homemade of this single like that, and some people really like it. You get that on, then I'll come out there and I'll fix. This honestly, this it's uh, 300 to the point all the way. So you go to the wheels are like 200 the time it gets to the wheels are like that. Because each car requires stuff for 305 horsepower, and the wheels all-wheel drive are about that 240. Uh, with my exhaust intake and a tune, I went from 300 torque to 450 torque, and from 300.
Slow-ish off of it, but then all of a sudden, I mean,
Yeah, because I need to take off a certain way. Automatically, old school and that. Oh, this is that's all you hear. Like, you could be in the yeah. Yeah, the only thing I've done is a hybrid flow up valve. So I took a little bit of some of it flows on here. Intake, your intake is right like this. Sure, and box will definitely hear it. Yeah, it's over the little thing. Well, I just said, I pushed it back to that sort of push. Yes, I pushed that one about 20, 19. Remember, drive in automatic transmission. You get in, you sit, you press down the lever, on drive.
no.
You know the best way to get it on start, not put gas. Slowly let off the clutch and cruise. You should learn where that comes. Same theory. Just gotta do it. Yeah, man. Sir, so keep me posted. If you know the YouTube video, shoot me at the link.
Yeah. Most probably to
If there's any, yeah, send it to me. Uh, get your in there. Yeah, yeah, look it up. Oh, so now back. Looks like a good start to me. Good confirmation. Get this car out of here and then get started on the Utopia. Keys. Where is the shop located for me to bring the car? Question mark. That way, if I can drop it off after work or before work, that would be cool. Just using my voice. So I was looking at the weather period. It looks like it's gonna have to wait till next week where I can drop off the car. We didn't have it for a day or so. That way I can just use my motorcycle period. But there's a lot of rain this week in the forecast. Oh, gotta get my pick tool. Hope these speaker adapters that I 3D printed for this car are gonna work. We're gonna find out. There, there's the button. And there we go. Heavy door panel full of sound deadening. Okay, so this is the speaker ring of question. So I had used a factory ring. Let's see if this 3D printed ring works for these focals. Oh, someone was calling, they just hung up. Uh, Perfect. All right, cool. So they're picking up. Okay, so these are the K2 focals. These down here. This is the 3D printed speaker ring that I printed yesterday. I hope that it works. So not okay. So we got 2 out of 3. So the guy that sent me this file. So we are good. I just want to give him a picture saying good. This one was good. This here, not. That's sticks out really far. Let me see if I can. Wait a minute. No, they do line up. There must be a. Okay, so there's an orientation to these. Making sure. I don't want to say it, buddy sent me the wrong file, but okay, lined up, lined up. Okay. Hell yeah. All right, they do work. They most certainly do. Okay, so going to need to do is let's get this speaker adapter on. Then we need to put on quick disconnect on the speaker itself. Okay, and then we need a sound deaden foam and all that. All right, cool. So let's. I'm very excited, and that very, 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 very nicely with enough thread to bite through. That we will lightly put that in there. So very okay. Go. Just UPS. Tighten down. Tighten, tighten down. Heck yeah. Just wanted to send those pictures to. Just wanted to thank him for that. All right, cool. So that freaking works. So what we need to do is we need to do the rest of the prep work and throw you guys on the floor to get that all situated. Oh, get out the sound deadening. Let's get out the foam. Wait a minute, I'm just noticing something. We not have we have not music for these excellent people that are watching this stuff. There we go. These people have some music. There we go. Ah, computer fell. Put it here for now. Really should have my door panel on the ground like that. Space to work. All right. Someone's calling me. Calling me. Get on top of that wrap all the way around that. And there. There we go. Just keep going around like that. One little square at a time. Usually I put the foam ring on the outside of the speaker so that it smashes up against the panel and the front will sound properly into the cabin. I forgot to order myself those, so I will not be putting them on these speakers at the moment, but I will come back and I will definitely put those on. So that makes a huge difference. We do things right. Time. And we'll come back with the roller. Roll it on there. And if you want to see what I'm actually doing, so I'm just trying to go around this speaker here because is a gap from, see, the speaker ends here, but there's a little bit of a gap, but it was touching here just because of the way the mold of the door panel is. So I'm just going about slowly and getting everything around and make sure it's all wrapped around. And then I might do the same on the inside here, just because I just want it smooth. So someone just messaged me. I'll have the car to you tomorrow by noon, okay? Sound shift audio. Side. Thank you for your knowledge. I'm going to send an email to this. Heck yeah. Sound shift audio. The only issue I'm having with Smart Start right now is I'm still waiting on a computer for the past 3 weeks. That's the only problem I'm having at this shop. Yeah. Yeah, Ramon, he got in touch with me saying that something happened twice with a computer not being sent, and then he said that one was being sent to him directly, and that was the last thing I know. You, oh, I have another computer here from Draeger. It's got Smart Track already on it. It's got the beta version on there, and they tried to put the Smart Start on there, but it wasn't working. So that's when they just told me they're just going to send me another computer. Yeah, I think I can. You're on. Do you need anything from me as far as log in or? I don't go about it. Okay. back on. All right, and what name is Charles? Saying joining the session. Where I was working. Is it not connecting? No, it just says joining session, and I opened it up on Chrome. Let me try opening it up on Edge. And the URL, what was it again? Start link. Try this again. Oh, I did get a folder to download. Got it. Oh no, beta works. I never knew that there were two. Because I used this computer with Drager, and then when they switched over, I think with Road Guard or something like that. I guess they're all using the same system. Because I was used to Upload XT, and now they're on Smart Track. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, because I already got the tank, um, and I was just waiting for whatever else. That's what I've been waiting on. Yeah, if you could just send him a quick message that you talked to me and the computer's up and running, that might have been what he was just waiting on, is just to get the green light on that. Awesome. Thank you very much, sir. All right, you too. Bye. All right. Okay, that was just MetLife. Hello? Yeah, as soon as if a phone call starts with that little poop, I'm hanging up on you right away. I'm sorry. And then you hear all backgrounds and then hello? No thanks. I don't need any spam dillion calls from anybody. Try to get the bottom of this as best as I can. Trim right there. I know the door. It's gonna go somewhere around there. Strip piece there. And then I got a little piece in the bottom that I gotta get. Small. All right. Next is phone rings. On the back side of the speaker. Rings. short by an inch. You'll find. Just this last little bit here. I need the quick disconnects now, and I need to solder those to this.
Com todo prazer, hoje você tá tarada. Piranha, vai, toma, toma, vai. Toma, toma, toma. Vai. Vai, toma, toma, toma. Vai. Vai. Deixa sua bunda arder.
Little table right here. In that hole, and then you line them up even halfway through. Put that there. A little bit of weight right there. And now we get the soldering. I gotta get some solder with a little bit better flux. This works really well. other solders that I can make it look a little prettier with. That's definitely on there. Even so?
Roll.
Just starting.
Fall asleep.
Are you? Oh yeah, you're here till like 6.
Normal 6:30, but
Just 6 today. Oh,
they front, back.
no, just the back. And the guy apparently he's got people he knows. I guess he used to work at a body shop, or he's got friends that work at a body shop.
Yeah.
And he was like, all right, he's back from vacation. You know, when can I get your car? So I fix on it. And I'm like, all right, where are you located? So I can maybe drop my car off before or after work. He's located in Vernon.
Hey.
I'm like, oh, dude, I used to live up there. That's like an hour and a half from here.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, all right. I said maybe next week or something. I drop the car off. That way I have a motorcycle. Because there's rain in the forecast all this week.
Yeah.
Yippers. At least it's cosmetic.
Yeah.
No broken glass. All right. I need to put this in. Good. Awesome. These screws, but oh no, it's gonna work out perfect. Problem is the screws aren't thick. Screws, but is it gonna go through that? Not this speaker. That speaker's not prepped yet. It's this one. So I like to prep these speakers here. So I put all the foam ring on the outside and then quick disconnect taped up. Smooth and simple. All right. These thicker screws bite into the metal. Can I keep the logo up? I can, kinda. Kind of a little dangerous. It's really slow. Oh wow, that actually works out really, really good. Cool. All right, cool, that works. So this is gonna go into that speaker hole there. Very slowly. Let's not puncture the speaker. Want to wrap around. I want you to wrap around the foam padding. I will cut it so it's not in your way before I let you mess with this. Because this is what's going to get a good seal when we put it up against the door. Oh, just keep messaging me. I'll be here tomorrow at 10 a.m. So you can't pick up the car today, which is fine. So that's in on that one. Let's get this one. Okay. I'm just gonna suck that in. So it's top, bottom. There we go. We got it to pull it in. More. we go. These should just go straight in. Well, there we go. Oh, there we go. Now we need to move migrate to the other door. Huh, that's gonna be a project. Grab me a little bit of lunch. All right, so get this door panel off. Good. There we go. Wow, the difference between these JLC2s and the Focal K2s, it's ridiculous, the difference. Wow. Love quick disconnects. So light. So this is what was in there. JLC2s, not a bad speaker at all. Price range. Price range for a JLC2 speaker is roughly about 220 bucks, I believe. The C ones are about a buck 30 to a buck 50. The C2s were about like 220, 250 ish. I don't know, like components are more expensive than coaxials because coaxials they just have the cap, whereas the components have the crossovers. Um, so your JLC3s would run you around. These would be about your 250. JLC3s are going to be like your 330. You use YouTube Music to test the bass? No, I don't. I use if I'm doing test tones and that, I am using Tidal. I use Tidal for my music because it's the highest quality music that I can get. Um, Unless I have a FLAC file or something off of a CD. But when it comes to testing bass, do you mean as far as like testing for amplifiers or like running a subwoofer through a test, like for, let's say, a competition? I don't have stuff like that. I don't have like SPL meters or anything like that for testing like subs as far as like what their SPL is. I've not done any type of like competition builds like that. But I use a lot of test tones and stuff like that um, when definitely doing a system. You have to. You have to. These factory radios, they put out whatever. I mean, yes, factory radios, they have their own EQ settings, but most of the time, and most people don't know this, is as you're adjusting your volume, that EQ changes. That EQ changes. So I've got to use a lot of test tones and fixed all the crap that OEM radios have to do. So, but this was so what I had to do in this car. So Subaru's their rear doors, there's no speaker adapter for it. So I like to 3D print. Been 3D printing for a while. Excuse me. Haven't had the time to really do any custom stuff and learning the programs. Just not had enough time. But I reached out to somebody and said, "Hey, this is the demo car for the shop. I need somebody to help me out with. I need a speaker adapter. It's going to have this Focal speaker in it, and Focal makes 3D print files for every one of their speakers." So a gentleman was able to help me with a speaker adapter for this K2, which is going to go in the rear doors. And this was a speaker adapter, very strong build. I printed this. He just sent me the file. but very, very good quality. Some of the things that how you can tell if for 3D printing, good quality stuff, and they've paid attention to the design and everything. Here's a good way to tell. I don't know if you'll be able to make it out, but if you look at the bottom here, you can actually see the paths of that they were taken and how many walls are how many layers, how many walls they make as far as like this for this screw hole. And by default, your slicer is going to give you like 2 or 3. If I count on there, they've got 4. So they've made adjustments so these walls are nice and thick. So when I put either those melted rivet casings, so you can use a rivet, so you can use like a machined bolt to go through, or just your typical screw, you've got a lot of bite to it. Max the base to a plus 6 dB. Max what base out to plus 6 dB? Plus 6 dB, I'm using 6 times the power than I would normally use. So if you're gonna plug it up 6 dB and you're pushing 400 watts out of an amplifier to get you your thing, and you want to bump it up 6 dB, you need to have 6 times the power, 2400 watts of power to push plus 6 dB. So when you start doing the math, things get crazy. Yeah, 6 dB is no, 4 times the power, because it's double the power to go 3 dB. So it's 4 times the power. So if it costs you 1,000 watts to go 6 dB, now hold on. Let's back this up. Let's back this up. The plus 6 dB is a plus to the amount, the decibels coming off the speaker. So let's say your speaker is let's say your sensitivity on your speaker, when you go to look it up, OEM sensitivity is, let's say 85 dB. Well, so at 100% of this power at 1 watt, 1 ohm, this speaker makes 85 decibels of sound. 400 watts each. That's what the subs that are in the demo car right now. There are 2 JL 12W3s. They require 500 watts RMS. Our RMS, that's the number you want to use. So 500 watts. So I usually tell people you can stick between 350 and 500 is going to be really good. It is easier to blow a speaker by underpowering it than overpowering it. So never try to underpower a speaker. Bad. A lot of heat, a lot of distortion, blown speakers. Overpowering, if you got clean signal, it's gonna take a little minute to blow it. It's over time. So the speakers that are in there, 500 watts a piece. I'm running a JL 1001. So it produces 1,000 watts at 2 ohms. Those speakers are 4 ohm speakers ran together. They drop down to 2 ohms. So I get my 500. However, oh my God, this thing weighs like triple the, it's double. This sub, oh my God, it's so washed out. This sub here, this is the Kevlar version of their subs. So this sucker here, I've already got it pre-wired. It's a dual 4 ohm voice coil. So this sucker here requires 1,000 watts RMS. So unfortunately, due to my system limitations at the moment, I can put both of these subs in, but I can only run 1 sub right now, which this 1 sub is going to outdo my 2 JL subs, hands down. That without a shadow of a doubt, this one sub will outdo those two subs. 3D printer in the shop. I used to have a 3D printer in the shop. I have an Ender 3 V2. It's actually right there. I ended up shutting it down because it was just the printer was being too much of a pain in the ass, and I ended up buying a Bamboo Lab A1. Um, but that printer is at home. I do 3D printing, but I can, as long as I got the file, someone sends me the file, they need something 3D printed, I got you. I'm going to be experimenting with different types of ABS because this printer doesn't get as hot as the other one, and ABS, requires a lot of heat. But I need to figure out a way to do ABS because people that want things 3D printed in their shops, like I've done tweeter pods 3D printed, those need to be made out of ABS because ABS can handle the heat. Um, or you go with aluminum like I did. Apologies on that. Hold on. I accidentally unplugged it, and then we're gonna reactivate it again. Okay, there we go. So what I ended up doing for this car. So this car. So this car got these. These are aluminum, fully metal aluminum pods. There is like bracing that's behind here, inside the A-pillar that keeps these here. These are on a ball here that can be adjusted and locked down. Yeah, these are awesome. So these are Focal Utopias. These are. I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and say it, and I'm gonna stick to it. And I would love someone to come down here and prove me wrong. Um, these are the best speakers that you will ever hear, hands down. These are the best speakers that you will ever hear inside of a car. Um, anything better than this, you're definitely going into some definitely audiophile stuff. But I dare somebody to Google Focal Utopias and find something bad about them. Besides the complaint of the price. But there is something when you decide to spend a certain level of money into a system, um, what you get out of that is not what you expected. These speakers that are in the car right now, I'm thinking retail. So if you were to do without a three-way setup, your typical two-way setup, so your tweeter in the dash and in the door, you're spending $4,000 on those speakers. It's $2,000 for the pair of tweeters and another $2,000 for the door woofers. If you go with the 6.5-inch Utopias, if you go with the 8-inch Utopias, they're not sold as a pair. I believe they're about 800, but it's 800 a piece, or something to that effect. I know it's more. 2 8s obviously are going to be more than 2 6.5s, but they all are sold separately. But when you hear these speakers, and I'm running these speakers with one JLC2 is running in the back, and the other door over there, the speaker was blown and had no speaker in it. Actually, the speaker blew. I got another one. As soon as I got the other one, I was moving too fast. Drill went through the speaker as I was putting it in. That's what happened. And then I never got another one. So that's what happened with that. But I had a gentleman come and listen to this car. He came here and he's like, "You're the one with the Utopias, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." He says, "Do you mind if I take a listen?" I'm like, "Absolutely. That's what this car is here for." And he sat there and he was just like, "Oh my God." And unfortunately, I can't showcase it here, but these are the only speakers I've been able to just turn to any volume. I could be cruising on the highway 80 miles an hour, all the windows down. I turn down all the windows, nothing in the sound changes. The volume doesn't come down. I don't miss out on things because the wind and everything. No, these speakers cut through all of that. They're just like, I am here to be listened to, and I don't care what you put in front of me. You're going to hear me. So if you are Marco, if you are around in the Milford area and you want to check it out, let me know. It is getting warmer, so I might be starting to bring my motorcycle more to work. But this is something serious. But all right, let's. We need to put this in. So where's that speaker adapter? It is. I'm trying to eat at the same time, but pardon me. I only have a stomach that can hold 4 ounces of liquid, so I eat often because I can only hold that much. All right. I thought I brought the adapters, the speaker ring here. Thought I brought it with me. That's the old ring. That's the old ring. Where did I put the new ring? Oh, I kicked it underneath the car. I'm like, I just had it in my hand. Okay. All right. So, yeah, what a difference. Going from JLC2 to these are the Focal K2s. It's a beautiful speaker. Made in France, handmade. Oh, an update because I know a lot of people have been asking me tariffs with stuff that's coming out of country since everything I deal with my car audio comes from France and Germany. Um, so Focal, what they have said is, so if you come to me for Focal speakers, as long as the speaker is made in France, so that's your Flax, your K2, your K2 Powers, and your Utopias. Yeah. Those four, those prices are not going to change for my cost on the product or the dealer's cost on the product. However, they have two other lines, well, two and a half, if you count Polyglass, which Polyglass is in their universal, their insiders, their plug and play stuff. So Access and Auditor. Expect to see a doubling in price. They told me those auditor speakers usually run a customer. They're about 180, let's say around $200 for a pair of speakers. That's their baseline, which is a good starting point. The price that they showed me, what they could go up to, is about $346. So you're going from a $200 speaker to a $346 speaker. It's still less than the Flex. The Flex speakers are about 580. However, if you're going to spend money with me, I'd rather someone have that money go towards the material that they are going to be a part of. Not having to have some of their money go to tariffs and something they'll never take part of. At least if you buy a $600 speaker, that $600 is all yours in the car. Not like a part of it's in the card and some of the other money went to something else you don't benefit from. So I want my customers to benefit the most. Now, if it's still not in your budget, there's nothing we can really do. Everybody has a budget. Everybody. So we never know what that person's budget's going to be. That line's up there. No, no. Which one's the top? Oh, I covered all of them. Circle, square. There we go. Fan-freaking-tastic. And we still don't have music going. I hate how that stops once in a while, Chris. There we go. Fuck. There we go. Freshly 3D printed. Really good. Look at the seam on that. The seam on that is like really nice. This printer really prints out some really good material here. Someone's here. Alright, where's the Dynamat? Start. make sure the speaker gets secured. We also need to add quick disconnects to that speaker. Also needs to be taped and sealed, and we also need the, oh, I already got the foam ring on the back side for to stop any and all vibrations. Because with that one sub being able to outdo the 2 subs that I have already in here, and I'm going to be putting in 2 of them, everything needs to be locked up tight. I thought I had a razor blade here, and I do. Down on there. So, put some reliefs into it. Make mold and contour to the dough. By with a roller. But I can make it work. And speaker adapter, perfect. I mean, it wasn't like perfect, like the whole like lined up with perfect, but God. Because that other woofer is only a 6-inch woofer, not a 6.5. And it was not a coax, if you noticed. It's a regular woofer, no tweeter. We use a regular woofer on this. And this is a 6.5. It's like what we had to do with Subarus, because this is like the best way to make it fit. The universal speaker adapters suck. I mean, you can make it work, but make anything work. We'll come up with new stuff all the time, but you don't see it coming out. As far as like consumer and stuff, that's got to go through testing. Middle of the door. Go ahead. Treat that excess. 2 more pieces to go. I gotta get in touch with Metra. Got a customer wants to do very high-end focal build, but it's in a car that no one has information of. It's in a 2025 Cadillac XT4. 2025. Where are we dropping? Oh no, we're not. There's a clip here that stayed. Need that. Excuse me, Mr. Clip, sir. You're supposed to be on the door. You'll be going on the door, you know. All right. So we got that. I need, did I not bring? All right. Another customer to say hi to. Let me get my little table here.
I get down.
The protective cover on. That song sounds annoying.
If it's written in the stars, close your eyes and listen to the rhythm of your heart. If it's written in the stars, close your eyes and listen to the rhythm of your heart. If it's written in the stars,
Just go in the holes. Up and hold, please. Thank you.
I get down.
That song is very annoying. I'm sorry. Here. There you go. We got the foam surround right here. Protector came off. Disconnect. There we go. So I like to do this protector. You need to get the screw that we need. these particular screws here. I'm going to do is start please, when you're doing this, very, very careful. You don't want your freaking drill going through a freaking $900 speaker or worse. These aren't $900 speakers. Still. It's like to start it a little bit because I don't want it grabbing onto that foam in the back. So I like to make sure it's not doing that. And then this, I put the split right in the middle, so it should come just right through. All right, cool. So got them poking out just a little bit. Connect. Together. Right. Let's get this started. Very slow. No. One. Should suck it in the bottom. There we go. Slowly bring that in. I always try to move very slow. This last thing I want is a mistake here. It's only ever happened to me twice, but you remember every one like it was yesterday. All right. They're in, so I'm going to turn them on. I don't want to get hit for any kind of copyright, so I do have to mute. I'm going to mute the mic, and I'm going to test these out. All right. So just tested these out. They work great. Do notice that the left one is a little bit louder than the right one. That might be something up with the tuning. This is running off of a DSP, so there's a lot of adjustments that are made within the audio system to get it to sound just right. So I'll look inside the tuning. It's going to need to be retuned anyways. But this is a success. The only other thing that I need to see is how well the door is going to fit back on because this speaker adapter is much thicker. It's probably added a good like inch and a half. So I'm going to try to put the door panel back on and let's see how it fits. One thing that I could do is usually they'll have this plastic that sticks out like here. I always cut these out so that it's not in the way. So that's probably going to save us here because this should work. Oh, and where's that clip that thought it could hide? Yeah, fucker. You were down here. Thank you very much. And you can go back to where you came. So let's do this. Let's hope this works. So this goes here. And this was the dough. Everything clicked in all the way. What I'll have to listen to is seeing whether or not I hear any vibrations through the door. Let's see any. I know there's another screw too. Where my second one went. I know I'll find it. Let me go throw on this other door panel real quick. Alright. Turn this on one more time from the inside. Nice. Yeah. Wow. 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 I need to get. I need another customer here to hear that. Oh. That's crazy. Sounds so. All right, everybody. I'm gonna start closing up shop. Need to bring some cars out of here. Start closing things down. Your starter still working? First. There. All right. Install tomorrow. All right, so that's going to be it for today. I just got to do some sweeping and stuff, and I doubt anybody will do any of that sort of stuff. So, thank you again for anybody that's here, anybody that came around. You guys are freaking great. So tomorrow on the schedule. So tomorrow on the schedule is the start of a integrated radar install from Escort on a Toyota Tacoma. He's dropping off a day early, so we're gonna get an extra time to work on that, which is awesome. What you call it? There's a customer coming in. She wants me to eval her car to look for tampering equipment, cameras and GPSs and stuff like that. Definitely going to do that for her. I don't take those jobs as a joke because I've actually found stuff in people's car. So if someone's concerned about someone putting something in their car, a low jack system, a GPS or hidden camera, and you think your safety is at risk, come see me. I'll get you taken care of. So that's one thing this lady wants me to look for, which is fine. And then we're going to start on that. And that's it. Wednesday, we've got a Tacoma, because the Tacoma is planned for 2 days. And we got a Hamilton radio install and a Lexus RX 350. That's going to be Wednesday. Yeah, that's kind of all we got for the week. Because Friday I'm not going to be here because Friday I've got a concert in New Jersey and it's supposed to be Perfect Circle. Still touring. So, appreciate everybody coming around. We're going to keep doing this now that I got a better computer to do it. And yeah. See y'all in the next one.